My name is Brian Chibole, and this is my audience. Hello. Today I'm going to talk to you all about the credit system. So I'll start off by asking, how about everybody gives me their next check?
Okay, you can have it.
Yes, as I thought, you'll be most people will be very reluctant to give me their next check. Only 1 out of 5 people actually offer the check. Going back to that is the credit system. Pretty much, we give money. It was a system designed to help us and enable us to get what we couldn't afford at the particular time. But the way it has been set up after the 2008 downfall, it has become a money-making machine for the rich. Okay, going into detail about that. The credit system, it was created by FICO. FICO is the governing body. It's not an entity in itself for the government, but it's a private corporation. Therefore, already that makes it a corporate decision. It is not really out there to help people, but it is out there to make a profit, just like any other institution. So with that said, we're all subject to what the credit system is. Today, if I wanted to go out there and buy a house, I would not be able to do that unless I had a good credit score. And for me to get a credit score, I have to have credit. I have to have prior accounts, which means that I have to actually borrow money so that I can build my credit. Going to what building your credit is, we take a look at it. You can't go out there right now and get a credit approval just by you being out there. You have to undergo a credit check, and once if you never had a credit check, then you cannot even get credit. What they have it, how the system has it now is you'll actually use your money and then go pay against your money. You use your money against the credit system to borrow against it. And just by borrowing it, you have to pay interest rates. And the way it's set up, you have to have a credit system that is you have to have an account for a long time before they can actually give it to you. So with the period of time that you have to extend to get your credit score up, means that you actually have to pay the interest back. With that said, that means you're giving out money. That is free money that you're giving out. You're actually using money that you would have used for other things to actually get that. Going to the next point. The credit system is put in place in such a way that a poor person is the one who suffers most. Take, for example, if a rich person wants to go out and live in a particular place, they'll go out and they'll buy a house. They'll not worry about renting or anything. But for a poor person or for a regular person, they'll go out and try to rent. And before you can rent from most of the apartment complexes out there, or even a house, you have to do a credit check, a background check. The background check includes a credit check. And with every time you actually do a credit check, it impacts 10% of your score. It makes it go down just because of you having to check it. Being a basic need for you to go into, to leave, to have a house place to go home to, that means you're losing out. Because you cannot really just go out there and rent, but you have to do the credit check and it impacts your credit. Going back to having to get credit, for every time you get it, like considering an apartment, you stay there for 6 months and then you have to move to another place, then you still have to do another credit check. So that means 10% of your score will always be impacted throughout the year. Going back, everything else is also kind of intertwined with it. The way they have it is you have to check your credit, which impacts your credit. You have to use your money to actually get credit. So to build that credit, first of all, you have to give them money. And it's not like when you actually get the credit, they forgive you for your loans and you just outright pay what you take. No, they'll actually still charge you interest. So at the end of it all, they keep on pushing you towards spending more money to create a fictional, I'll say fictional thing that in real sense does not exist. It's a system that it's pretty much designed to help the rich people more than it is to help the poor people. When in the history of it, when it was begun, it was actually to help the community collectively. But as we've gone through different modes, it's been going downhill. Going back to 2008, what happened in 2008 was basically most loans that were going out, they gave out loans that they knew very well people will not be able to repay. And by doing so, they made money out of it. We have some companies that actually insured your loans. By insuring your loans, they made sure that even though you defaulted, they still get their money. And with you defaulting, they still get the property. So they had a double win situation whereby they got the money and they got your property. And that's why the credit system to me is basically what I call a Ponzi scheme. Because we really, if it was out of good faith, then everybody would be able to borrow. And you would be able to repay, and they give you amount of money according to what you make, so that you can be able to repay. The way it is right now, we lose if we choose not to indulge, but we lose our greed, not our means. Because if you look at it, if you decide you're not doing the credit system, you will only buy stuff that you can actually afford. You will not go out trying to get stuff that you cannot afford. And going back to everything, they have made it really, really difficult for you to get any kind of credit assistance. I, for one, try to get a loan the other day. To get a loan, I have to adhere to all of those stipulations, which still they wanted me to put my money in so that I can actually borrow against my money, which does not make sense because it defeats the purpose at the time. They have made it expensive to build your credit. Building your credit will probably cost you about $1,000 to finish it off, just due to the interest rates that you'll be charged throughout the system throughout the life of every loan or everything that you take out to ensure that. And they have made the process long. They have made the process long in that you have to have a long-lasting account. You cannot just do your account today like that and make it like that. You have to actually do it for a while, and that's one of the problems that has it. So the question at the beginning, if you all could give me a check just so that I could give a good word about you, sounded ridiculous, but in essence, that is what the credit system is. Thank you.